Ladies and gents, I need you to stop wasting your time and resources starting from a blank screen. What if you could take a free, professionally designed landing page and turn it into a fully functional, live SaaS product in just one session? Well, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that right now. All right then, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce you to something called Rocket. But more importantly, there are a huge number of things you can actually do here. So to get started, if you go right here to what's called resources, you can head over to templates and you'll see right here, ready to use options to save resources. If you actually click on that, you'll see there are loads of different categories. But more importantly, if we have a look here, we've got technology, all right? When it comes to these templates, there are over 25,000 free templates available. Browse and see if you can find anything that takes your fancy. Now, let's crack on and start building. Now, since you know there are loads of templates, as mentioned, you'll be able to choose any type of template you like. Not only that, but you can actually customize them for free. So in this case, we're going to show you exactly how this works, all right? So we're going to choose technology, just as an example. We're going to head over here and select the Academy Elite Learning Landing Page template. That's the one we're going to choose. So all you need to do is click this button, and then you'll go straight to the dashboard where it'll start working its magic. So basically, you'll be able to pick a SaaS template and click the Customize Free Template button. I want you lot to understand that I'm choosing this template because I actually want to build a working SaaS. Even when it comes to getting all of this sorted, you'll be able to customize it for free, but there are loads of things you can actually do. For instance, you can quickly swap out brand fonts or, say, the hero image directly using this editor. If you have a look down here, you'll be able to type something into this little prompt. So in this case, we're going to put something like transform this landing page into a project management SaaS, adding a user dashboard layout, a pricing section, and a dynamic task list. So we're going to go ahead and do this. When it comes to this little AI chat, you lot, you can actually type in exactly what you want, and you can watch the UI generate the new dashboard layout. Now, I want you lot to understand, when it comes to, Rocket, you don't need to manually configure settings to get this ready for real users. The platform actually uses a command system to build your backend and make sure it's ready for launch straight away. You can see over here, big transformation, love it. A couple of questions before we dive in. For the user dashboard plus dynamic list, these require a backend, as we just briefly mentioned, to store tasks. For the pricing section, are you after display only or live payment? So in this case, let's just go for display only or something like that. All right, let's crack on and do that. All right then, ladies and gents, it's officially finished its task. It did ask me a few questions, as you lot already saw. So, for example, a display-only pricing table, tiers, features, CTAs. It asked how we want to connect the back end. Once again, we're going with what's known as Superbase, and it's asking me to connect. So we'll actually talk about that in just a few moments. Let's go ahead and add an element. So we're actually going to add a testimonial card under what our customers say in the review section. So if we scroll down a bit, we should have that somewhere around here. If not, it'll automatically add it, all right? So let's go ahead and do that really quickly. All right then, everyone. So after waiting probably just a couple of minutes, you can see that it's officially added a review section component. And if I'm right, it's also created a page. So if we scroll down now, you can actually see right here, reviews. The next task we're going to do really quickly is add the Superbase authentication. So as you saw earlier, it mentioned that as the back end. So I'm actually going to set up a login, sign up, and a forgot password feature, and that's going to be for Superbase, all right? Now, there's something else I'd like to do here. You'll be able to add social accounts. So I'm going to add social authentication with Google and GitHub as well. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, now, since we've finished that, let's go ahead and improve the SEO. That's what we're going to do here. Write some production commands. So, ladies and gentlemen, after waiting another few minutes, I want you all to understand you can see everything that's technically been fixed, especially with the SEO. So, if you just scroll through here on the left, you can see everything, can't you? Meta tags, metadata, structured data, all there. We've got the sitemap and robots. We've got interlinking as well. We've got environment configuration files, and honestly, it's added everything. Something else we're going to go ahead and implement quickly is privacy compliance. All right then. So, ladies and gentlemen, while it's still working its magic, it asked me about an email address we'd like to use, especially for compliance purposes. In this case, I use support.com. All right then. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to show you some integrations. We're going to go back to the landing page that we're currently working on, which is right here for enroll. So right up here at the very top, you'll see we've got these 3 dots. This is what's known as a connectors section. So if we actually have a look here, we'll be able to click and you'll see once again that there are 29 different options, right? So I'm going to do 2 of them for you. The first one we're going to do is what's known as Airtable. We're going to click right there and we're actually going to go to what's known as Connect, all right? So you'll see right here, sign into Airtable. Boom, easy and straightforward and sign in. Rocket is requesting access, all right? You can only grant access to bases and workspaces that you have access to. I suppose we can just go ahead and add it, right? And there we are, grant access. So pretty easy and straightforward. That's exactly how this works, all right? So it says connected. Okay, everyone. So let's go ahead and do our second integration, also known as our connector. So we're going to add Notion, which is right here. We're going to go right here for connect. You can see, technically, I've already done all that. I'm going to click right in. We recognize and trust this URL. We're going to go ahead and click on continue. Once we've officially connected, we're actually going to go ahead and launch this, and then we'll be able to open the actual URL. You'll see right there, we're officially connected, all right? So let's go back. You can see right here, we've got that launch button. So let's go ahead and click update. All right then. So, ladies and gentlemen, the overall URL has finally been updated. You can see right here, we can actually copy this, and then we can go ahead and enter this into a brand new URL. And there's our web page. So you can see it, can't you? Looks great. Looks brilliant. Now, if you'd like, you're more than welcome to go right up here to these little dots. We've got what is known as analytics. You'll be able to see exactly. We've got the visits, unique visitors, page views, visit duration, and a bounce rate, right? This is actually from today. Let's see if we can do, say, the last 3 months. See if anything comes up. There you are. So visits, unique visitors, page views, and more. So the site is live. This is the beta. You can see the traffic, everything. It's all tracked, you love. So, I highly recommend you lot check this out. All right, then. So there you have it, ladies and gents. If you're building anything in 2026, speed is important. Rocket gives you over 25,000 starting points. And the tools, well, you can turn them into real product. Check the link down below and give it a go yourself. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to build. Not only that, but make sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video.